prepare everything. All right, so good morning. This is week number 7. Today is the midterms. So what is required for today is for everyone to within this week to submit their phase 1 of their final project. The phase 1 is, again, if you go back to week 3, the briefing, you need to submit a PowerPoint presentation containing the following. Number 1, your storyboard. The storyboard should indicate the time or the number of seconds per shot or per sequence, so that we can estimate the total number of seconds or the length of your animation. Okay? I need to see the storyboard. Okay? Why is that? So that I'll be able to assess if your storyboard, if your proposed animation is doable or not. I have to approve it. Okay? So I will be checking your storyboard at the end of the week. And if it's approved, you can proceed immediately with phase number 2. Right? If it's not approved, I will put my comments so you can make adjustments and have it checked again. You can only proceed to phase number 2 once you get the go signal from me. Okay? If if you if you don't submit your phase number 1 and you intend to finish phase your final project without my approval, then it's your at your own risk. Meaning, kung di mo matapos yung animation mo, dahil di ko na-check yan, dahil di natin na-assess kung kaya ba yan o hindi, posible ba siya o hindi, or kulang yung animation mo, then it's your fault, not mine, because hindi mo pina-check. Alright? Kung di mo natapos yung animation mo, dahil sobra-sobra, di natin na-assess, then it's your fault. Wala tayong dahil di mo pina-check. Okay? Now, what else is included in phase number 1? Phase number 1 is, again, the storyboard. Number 2, your concept art and your inspiration or your pegs. Okay? Just put them in a PowerPoint and then submit them in Big Sky. Okay? The due of that one is week number 7, midterms. Okay? That is up to Tuesday next week. Okay? That being said, I see that many of you, share my screen again. So that though everyone who will see this recording later on will have an update. Looking at the submissions, okay, I've highlighted 5 people or 4 people or 5 people who have not submitted anything. If in case you know any one of them, please have them contact me or message me if they are proceeding with this class, or nag-drop na ba sila, or nandyan pa ba sila, may problema ba, we need to know. Okay? Albar Ian Charles, where are you? Clemente David Joseph, where are you? Junela Ana Beatriz, where are you? Brian Joaquin, where are you? And Arme, where are you? You have not submitted anything. Okay? The rest, habol po.
Sir.
Yes.
May mga gawa na po ako pero I'll submit it, siguro lahat-lahat. Gusto ko lang matapos, gusto ko lang makahabol.
Who is this?
Iyan, sir.
Ian.
Albar.
Okay. Okay, Ian. So, well, if that's your choice, okay lang. Wala namang problema yan. Basta at the end of the term, kumpleto, walang problema.
Yes, sir.
Alright? Walang problema yon. Ang risk lang yan is if you upload them at the last minute at nagka-problema ang Big Sky, Dahil, remember at the end of usually at the end of the term, finals, marami nag-upload, marami naghahabol. Diyan lumalabas yung mga problema ng uploads. Okay? Remember, I will be grading your work at the final week, meaning the deadliest deadline of everything is the last day of the finals. Meaning, sabi ko nga sa inyo, you can all submit your work during the finals. Okay? If you choose that path, that's at your own risk. Meaning, pag for example, bigyan ko kayo ng scenario ha. Last day ng final, isabihin natin Tuesday. Okay? Nag-submit ka everything Tuesday. Oh, deadliest deadline. Problema, dahil marami nag-upload on that day, for example, at nagka-problema ka, hindi ka mo na-upload lahat, dahil ka-problema ang Big Sky on the finals, on the last day, ang deadline po natin is sabihin natin 6 p.m. on that day, at hindi ka umabot, wala na po tayong extension yan. Bakit? Kasi I have to submit your grades after 6 p.m. Wala na po extension yun kasi yun na yung deadline. Kung hindi ka umabot sa deadline, I'm so sorry. If you don't meet 50% of the requirements, you get a failing grade. If you meet naman 50% of your grade, you get incomplete. Yun yung ano doon. Okay? So just to give you a reminder, start uploading. Don't wait for the last minute. Okay? Tandaan nyo, marami kang i-upload. Lahat yan, puro surrendering. Pag hindi kayo umabot, dahil last date mo siyang ginawa, then wala tayong magagawa. Okay? Again, I allow the submissions on the finals provided that you, again, all of you, can do the best. You can give the best work. Submit the best work. Okay? So understand, it takes a lot of time to render. Okay? But it doesn't mean that you do everything on the finals and submit everything on the finals. Kung gagawin mo lahat sa finals, believe me, hindi kayo matatapos. Uunahan ko na kayo. Okay? So I'll be monitoring this. Okay? May mga submit na week number 6, that's good. But many are still lagging behind. Okay? If you don't start catching up by week number 8, hindi kayo take the chance to upload or makahabol kayo ng week number 7. Okay? Or week number 8. Huwag nyo nang hintayin ang week number 10 to submit para humabol kayo kasi week number 10, full-blown production na kayo for your final project. Huwag nyong isasabay yung weekly deliverables nyo sa production ng final project. Hindi nyo matatapos yan. Pag hindi nyo natapos at you did not meet 50% of requirements, you get an R. And again, stern reminder, wala na po extension yan because our submission is finals. Okay? Is that clear? I hope it's clear. Now, week number 6. Week number 6, last week. Okay? If you've gone through week number 6, it's all about materials. Week number 6 is all about PBR or physically based rendering, how to set up those PBR materials. This is a very technical subject. Okay? Maraming information overload. Okay? So, take time in reading or getting through week number 6. But once you understand how to set up the PBR materials or understand how to set up materials in 3ds Max, madaling gumawa ng materials. Okay? Kailangan nyo lang kasi intindihin kung ano yung mga different parameters or settings, okay, which you will see here in the documentation. Okay? Basahin nyo lang itong documentation, intindihin nyo lang yung mga parameters or yung mga ano ginagawa ng each settings, okay? Then it will help you understand how to set up or create those different materials. In week number 6, your deliverable, you were asked to recreate a still life, okay, of your choice, model it, and add textures. This is the picture, this is the render. You try to match them as close as possible. Okay? Picture, render. That's the idea. Okay? I see that already 1, 2, 3 have submitted. That's good, Juliana. Angeline, yes. And Gwyneth, very good. They have submitted phase 1. Meron na nag-submit. Same people. Good. Also, Marie Angeli, very good. Okay. Week number 7. Let's proceed to week number 7. Okay. On week number 7, okay, is a continuation of the materials part. Okay. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 topics to discuss. 1, 2, 3, yes, 4 topics. First is unwrapping or multi-subject material, UV unwrapping, surface imperfections, and creating complex materials or procedurals. Okay? Now, you have to download the week 7 assets. If you click this link, it's a OneDrive link. Okay? Kasi medyo malaking file to. You need to log in with your Binild account to be able to access this. If not, let me know. I will share the link via Discord. Okay? All right. Week number 7. So let's get started. Can you see my screen? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. That's good. Okay. So in week number 7, let me just set this up. I'll be using Arnold render view moving forward. Ayan. So in week number 7 is more about improving your materials or adding materials to your object. Now, in this scene, for example, the chess set, okay, we are going to learn how to address or attach multiple materials to one object. Okay, and there are many ways to do that. Okay, let me just, yeah, this is good. Okay, now if you look at this, if you open the material editor, and eyedrop, when you use the eyedrop, press M to open the material editor. If you don't know how to do that, go back to week number 6. Week number 6 talks about how to use the slate material editor. Okay? I drop this material or this object, and you will see that it has what we call a multi-sub-object material. Okay? A multi-sub-object material. Meaning, there are 4 materials attached to a single object. Pwede yun. So, how do we do that? Okay, there are many ways to do that. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, so I will reset this. I will remove the materials of this one. To do that, okay, simple lang naman. I will convert this to poly again. Okay, just select everything under polygon and set the ID to 1. Okay. Ngayon, I just resetted it. Now, I will remove the material. Okay. If you need to remove the material from an object, for example, you have to convert it to an editable mesh. So you can just select this, right click, look for in your quad menu, convert to editable mesh, and then go to the utilities tab. Under more, look for UVW remove. That will remove the UVW. or the materials? Let's just remove the UV. We were going to remove the materials. Set it as gray. Ayan. So, ayan, wala na siyang materials. Back to default. You can also reset the mapping, UVW. Well, let's do that. That resets everything. Okay? Ayan. Now, wala siyang material, wala siyang mapping. How are we going to attach multiple materials to this one? Okay, let's select this object. Let's convert it back to editable poly. Right click. Or you can do it here. Okay. Collapse to editable poly. Meron yan dito. Right? But the fastest way is again, right click using your quad menu. Convert to mesh or poly. Don't convert it to patch. Poly tayo. Okay? Right. So, to attach a multiple objects here, okay, the easiest way is to select individual polygons where you want to attach a certain material. Let's say, okay, we are going to attach a wood material to the borders, yung trim niya. Okay? So what you can do is to go to polygon mode. Okay? Display your edges by pressing F4. Okay? And then let's select all of these polygons. Yan. Okay? So all of this will be a, let's delete this. Okay? So we have 4 materials already. Okay? So this is the wood material. So let's attach this wood material to the mesh here. Okay? Kita nyo, wala pa yung mapping niya, wala yung gray niya kasi nireset natin yung mapping. So what we can do, while this 4 is selected, okay, let's add a UVW map. Okay? Makikita nyo, the UVW map, meron siyang polygon dito. Ibig sabihin yan is that the UV mapping is only applied to the selected polygons. Okay? If, for example, nandito kayo, okay, walang selected polygons, meaning, walang naka-polygon dito, okay, makita nyo, walang polygon icon dito. Ibig sabihin dyan, the UV mapping is applied to all of the objects or all of the faces in this mesh. Okay? So actually, you can have multiple UVW maps selected and then multiple UVW maps on selected polygons. Okay? Paano yon? So let's do that again. I go back to the editable poly. Okay? Select this all of these polygons here. Okay? Makikita nyo may polygon icon here. Makikita nyo rin dito. Ibig sabihin, this UVW map is only applied to this selected polygons. Okay? Kita nyo, tama na yung grain. Now, of course, the grain here on this side is correct. The grain here is correct. But this side, mali. Bakit? The grain here should be running along the length of the wood. Along the length. Okay? In some 3D artists, ini-ignore na lang nila yan. Okay? But if you observe how wood objects or frames are constructed, usually the wood grain follows the length of the wood part. Okay? So we have to change the grain direction for this part and this part. So paano natin gagawin yon? Okay? So gagawin natin, okay? On top of this, we're going to add what we call a polyselect modifier. Okay? Polyselect modifier. Okay? It's like an object editable poly, but it only selects polygon. So, ise-select natin ngayon yung polygon, this polygon, this polygons, and this polygons. Control to select. We're going to subtract the bottom part. Okay? And then we're going to add again a UVW map modifier. Kita nyo, again, kung ano lang yung selected, dun lang siya ma-apply. And I go to the gizmo here, sa UVW map, and then if I rotate it 90 degrees, kasi pwede nyo gawin yon, select nyo yung gizmo ng UVW map, okay? At i-rotate nyo yan ng 90 degrees, okay? And there you see it. Okay? Tama na yung direction ng gray. Okay? Then, when you're ready, when it's done, just convert that to editable poly. Again. Okay? So we now assigned a polygon for the wood. Now let's assign, we have 4 materials here. We have the white part, the black part, and the gold trim. Okay? So let's select all the white parts. Okay? Let's undo first. Ayan. Actually, kung gusto nyo rin, huwag nyo muna i-collapse para you can always edit it. What we can do is, again, add a poly select modifier. Poly select. Again, poly select. Okay. Let's try if this will work. Let's select these polygons. Oops. Let's try this. Poly select. Then let's attach this white material. Let's see if it works. Nope, it doesn't work. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan natin to i-collapse muna. Convert to editable poly. Let's select this. Convert to editable poly. Then let's select again those parts. So, selected na siya. Okay? So, you have to convert it to editable poly again. Collapse your stack here before we can attach this white material. Okay? So, selected na yung mga polygons. Let's attach it. Ayun, white part. Okay? Let's select the other parts. This one. Alternate. Okay? Looks correct. Let's attach the black material. Ayan. Okay? And then, okay, we have a gold trim here. So, let's select this. Gold trim. Select ko lang yung mga borders. This one. Just like this. And I can go back here to my edit poly. And I can grow this selection. Okay. Kasi gusto natin ma-select yung edges properly. Grow it again. And then, I can hold on my Alt key to subtract this. Kasi gusto lang natin yung edges na to. And then, we can apply the gold material, which is this one. Okay? Ayan. So, now we have what we call a multi-sub-object material. Okay? So, if you eyedrop this, let's eyedrop this. Let's open a new view here in the material editor. Right-click, create new view. Okay, view number 2. You can rename this even. Complete materials, for example. Right-click, eyedrop this one. And you will see that it now automatically created what we call a multi-sub-object material. Okay? Now, you will see here that it has what we call material IDs. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Ito yung mga different materials attached to this object. Dapat wala tong 1. Pero meron tayong na-miss na isang polygon. Okay? So, where is that? Okay? So, what you can do, select your polygon, go to polygon sub-object. Okay? Go, scroll down below, you will find their polygon material IDs. Okay? Select ID, press 1, lagay mo yung 1 ID. Ibig sabihin, lahat na may material IDs 1 masiselect. Ayun. Ito. Hindi siya na-select. Okay? So, if you want this to be a wood material, makikita mo, wood material is number 2. Papalitan lang natin yung ID. Change this to 2. Press enter. Ayan. 2 na siya. Okay? If you want to change this to 3, for example, gusto mo maging white yan, pwede. Set it to 3. Kasi 3 yung ID. Okay? Or 4. So actually, once you have set the IDs, okay, the 3ds Max will automatically create the IDs for you. Okay? Or you can create the IDs yourself. Paano? Okay? Paano? Reverse method. Basically, kung i-duplicate natin to, let's duplicate this. Okay? Convert it to editable mesh. Reset this. Remove materials only. Set as gray. Okay? You can first, let's say wala ka pang material, meron ka ng 4 materials. Let's delete this. Okay? Gawa ka ng material, reverse method naman tayo, gagawa ka ng materials, general, multi-sub-object material. Okay? This is a multi-sub-object material. As you can see, it's blank. Set the number to 4. Kasi 4 lang yung kailangan natin. Click OK. And then, let's say the wood material goes to set ID number 1. Number 2, the white material. 3. And number 4. Okay? And if we attach this, okay? Ayan. Mali-mali pa yung material. So, let's assign it correctly. Okay? Convert it to editable poly, of course. Always. Dilitan nga natin to para mas malaki yung ating view here. Ayan. Okay? So, go to editable poly, go to polygon, select ko everything, set ID 1. So, lahat siya wood. Okay? And then, going to the top view, I'm going to select all of this. Okay? I'm going to set it to 2. Sama yung trim. Or yung 4. So, yun yung gold trim. Okay? Go to the top view. Select all of this again. Of course, minus the bottom part. I'm going to set it to 3. Tama ba? Or 2. Yung white part. And then, pressing the Alt key, sasubtract ko na lang yung ibang polygons. Alternate. Okay? And then set it to number 3. Okay? Same result. Different procedure. Like I've said many times before, in 3D, there is no one way. You can always do different approaches and the result will be the same. Hindi lang ito ang way, mas marami pang way. Okay? There are other ways to material this. Okay? So I've shown you two ways to create a multi-sub-object material. One is just selecting the polygons per on your object, and 3ds Max will assign the material IDs for you automatically and create a multi-sub-object automatically for you. But if you want to have full control, okay, you can create first a multi-sub-object material, identify the materials you need, how many IDs you need, and then set the IDs here. Manual, automatic. Okay? Pros and cons. Automatic, mabilis. Okay? But, unfortunately, one of the cons is that you will have unwanted IDs sometimes. Minsan nagdodoble. Okay? Now, for if manual control, of course, medyo babagal, but you only get the IDs that you need at walang sobrang material. Okay? Remember, for example, the first attempt, meron tayong sobrang material. Okay? The more materials attached to a multi-sub-object material or shader, the more memory it consumes. Okay? So, ganito, this attempt, this one actually is, if you're using many materials in one multi-sub-object material, it takes a lot of memory. Bakit? Imagine mo if all of this have textures. Ito lang yung may texture sa atin, yung wood. What if all of this have textures itself? Remember, sa week number 6, a PBR material set contains at least minimum of 4 textures or 4 maps. Okay? What if all of this has 4 maps also? Then you will have 14 maps in total. Okay? All of those textures or maps consume memory. So, mas mabigat. Okay? Now, if you have lots of memory, create using a multi-sub-object material is okay. What if you don't have? Okay? That, we now proceed to our next topic, which is what we call, okay, go back. UV unwrapping. Okay? Unwrapping method. So, how do we unwrap? Okay? So, let's use this as an example. Same. This is the same. This is the same. Okay? This is the same. Different approach. Okay? So, I'm going to convert this on editable poly or editable mesh. I'm going to remove the UVW. Set the materials to gray. Okay? So, wala siyang UV mapping ulit. Okay? Blank. Convert to poly. Unwrapping is another way to optimize your models. Bakit? We are going to only use one set of textures, PBR textures or PBR material that contains all of these 4 materials. Isang texture set, nandito na yung 4 na material, 4 na textures. Meaning, here you have 4 materials, the multi-sub-object material. This will only have 1. Okay? This takes time to set up, but is optimized, it's lighter, and performs better. Ito yung ginagamit nila sa games. Okay? All of their objects, if you want to work in 3D games, create 3D assets for the gaming industry, kung mahilig kayo sa games, okay? Ito yung one of the most important skill you need to learn, how to unwrap. Okay? So, let's unwrap this. Okay? Instead of adding a UVW map modifier, we're going to add what we call a UVW unwrap. Okay? Unwrap. Oops, sorry. Delete that. Look for UVW unwrap. Ayan. Oops, meron tayo selected polygons. Go back here. Yes. Dapat walang selected dito. Kasi meron siyang selected kanina. Okay, dapat wala siyang ganyan. So, check natin yan. Go back to unwrap. Okay. Now it's still, we need to unwrap this. with the UV unwrap, just scroll here. Let's do a simple unwrap lang. Okay? Open UV editor. We're going to edit the UV mapping. So we need to open the UV editor. Okay? Ito yung itsura niya ngayon. Ang kailangan natin gawin is we need to unwrap this. We need to unwrap this. Alam niyo yung mga packaging, sa packaging, yung mga box ng packaging. Okay? When you slit it open and then you unwrap it, same principle. Okay? If in your mail print, remember, if in your mail print, you made packaging design, yung packaging, yung packaging box, in-unwrap nyo siya sa kumuha kayo ng layout sa Illustrator or Photoshop with the unwrapped box and you add your labels and designs on that unwrapped box, same principle. So we need to unwrap this. So we need to select all of these polygons, click this one, polygon mode, select all of these polygons, and then under the UV mapping or edit UV, when you open the UV editor, under mapping, just click flatten mapping or unfold mapping. Okay, let's try both. Flatten mapping first. Click OK. Ayan. Na-flatten na niya. Okay? Ayan. So, meron pa tayo isang polygon dito. This one. Okay? Ito yung nasa ilalim. Okay? Now, it's unwrapped. Na-flatten na siya. Okay? So, what we can do is we need to pack these UVs. I-arrange siya in a way dapat wala nag-overlap. Kasi kita mo dito nag-overlap siya. This part. Okay? Dapat wala nag-overlap na UVs. Okay? Very important yon. Nakita naman natin dito na ang nag-overlap is this part. Okay? Now, to pack this, select all. Go to Tools, Pack UVs, Packing Tool, okay, and just click OK, and it will pack the UVs. Okay, ayan. Okay, ayan siya. Now, here, so this one approach, okay, let's duplicate this one. Okay, let's remove the UV unwrap. Okay, and let's unwrap this differently. Okay, now, when you unwrap, okay, you need to add cuts or seams. Okay, dito, automatic natin siyang in-unwrap. Bahala na sa TDS. Identifying the cuts. Okay? So how do we do that? Go to UVW unwrap. Okay? I'm going to go to edge. Okay? Let's make this double para kita niyo yung mga yung commands. Okay? So dito, I will be the one to specify the cuts or what we call seams. If you go scroll down sa UV unwrap or unwrap UVW, you will find their seams. Okay? I will select certain edges to be my seams. Paano yun? Okay? I will select this. Double click. Double click. Double click. Double click. Selected edge. Yan siya. This edge will be a seam. Okay? Convert edge to seam. Click. Kita mo magiging blue. Ibig sabihin seam na siya. Okay? I will cut this. Oops, sorry. This edge and this edge. Lagyan ko silang seam. This edge. And this edge. Okay. Also this edge and this edge. Sorry. This edge. convert that into a seam. Kita nyo, blue na siya. Dito rin. I need to separate these parts kasi I need to separate this gold trim. Okay? Ihiwalay ko siya. So ito medyo may preparation lang. But this will be the lightest model. Bakit? Kasi nga one set of textures lang compared to 16 or 4 materials. Okay? So I'm just selecting this. Create scene. Ayan. Okay? And then, what else? So, ito, may scene tayo dito. Maglalagay lang ako ng isang scene dito. And here, in the bottom. Para ma-separate yung bottom part. And create scene. Okay? So, my seams have been selected. Open UV editor. Select all those polygons. Okay? And I'm going to, let's try this. Quick peel. Nope, not this one. Mapping, unfold mapping. Okay. Nope, not this one. Quick. Which bottom was that? Here, unfold. Fold, unfold, unfold. Quick peel. Ayan. Okay. So, I use the quick peel. Okay. Medyo magulo na siya, pero aayusin natin to later. So, what it did is it sliced up everything based on your seams. Okay? So, ito, okay, there's a better way to do it actually, but we're doing this very fast. Okay? So, I'll just need to arrange this. Okay? This part, select all of this part, polygon, double click. Oops, connected pa siya. Select this part. You can move it. Okay. Let's straighten this one out. Oops, not this one. Kailangan natin siya. This is the gold part, right? So, rotate lang natin to ng onte. Yung gold part, these are the gold parts. Yan. Okay. Actually, let's select all of this. Yan. These are the gold parts. Okay. I'm going to flatten mapping this all. Click OK. Yan. Combine natin mapping, unfold mapping. Let's see. Nope. Flatten mapping is the best for hard objects or rectangular or square objects. So let's move this to the side. Okay. This one is the select all the wooden parts. These are all the wooden parts. Mapping, flatten mapping. Okay. Okay. So we are just organizing everything. This is the also the wood part here. Flatten mapping. Okay. And this part, I'm gonna put this here in the center. Lakihan ko lang na onte. Okay. This part is the, where is this? Makikita nyo kung nasaan siya. Underneath. Anyway, so let's select all of this. Tools, Pack UV. Click OK. Ayan. So, nakaayos na siya. Okay? Now, since nakaayos na siya, right, we are going to bring this one to a image editor. Gagawin natin yung text nito sa Photoshop. Okay? Inayos lang natin siya para madali tayo mag-texture. Okay? So, to do that, okay, right-click, render UV template. Okay? So, let's render the UV template. Increase the size to 2048. Remember, when you're creating textures or maps, kailangan power of 2 lagi. 1024, 2048, 4096. Dapat power of 2 lagi. And then always square. Okay? Render UV template. Ito na siya. Okay? Then, we save it. Let's save it to week number 7. This is UV chessboard.jpg. Click OK. Ayan. Okay. Let's open Photoshop. Turn off muna natin tong live view natin. Mag-crash. Okay. Open Photoshop. File. Open. Oops. Let's go to that directory. Let's open the UV chessboard here. Ayan. So, ito na yung UVs. We're going to paint over this. Okay? So, let's unlock this layer. Okay, let's unlock this layer. Then, invert it, Control I, and I'm going to multiply it. So that everything we put underneath will be visible. Okay? So let's first do the obvious. Ito, the chessboard. Okay? Kita natin white. Let's add a white base layer. Okay? A white fill underneath. Okay, let's make this white. And put it underneath, of course. Let's say this is the white board. Okay. And then, let's create another small box for the black pieces. Ito yung gagamitin ng guide. Let's create a black part here. And change it to color black. Okay. I'll just duplicate. Oops. I need to lock this para hindi siya nasa-select. Yan. Lock it. Oops. Not this one. This one. Select pa rin. here. Hmm? Turn it off. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Or make this better. Huwag na lang itong fill. Let's create a new layer na lang. Mag-marquee mask na lang tayo. Mas mabilis pa. Come on, Photoshop. Ayun. So, medyo manual natin siyang ginagawa. Okay. Let's just brush over it. Ta-da! Okay. So that makes our black pieces. Okay. Now let's add the wood part. So let's open a wood texture. There's a wood texture included in the package. This one. Okay, so let's copy this. Control AC. Put it here. Resize it. I'm gonna put it here in the bottom part. So yan yung wood part bottom. Okay, and then I will copy this wood. Need to make a selection here. Ah, alam ko na. Let's use a pen tool. Cancel. There you go. Pen tool. Oh, no, sorry. Blue. This should be shape. Pen tool again. Okay, that's one. Press shift para same, oops, same object. Anyway, find it later. Okay. Now combine this. Okay. We'll use this as mask. Let's make another one here. So in 3D, hindi lang puros 3D. Gagamit ka rin ng Photoshop. Sometimes when you're creating textures. Just like here. Okay? Now, compared kanina sa paggawa ng multi-sub-object material, it's faster, yes. Creating multi-sub-object material, it's faster. Downside, it's memory intensive. Here, makita nyo later, pag natapos natin to, this will be very light. Okay? So, I'm gonna duplicate this texture. I'm gonna clip it over here. I'm sure marunong kayo mag-clip mask. Okay? I'm gonna put it here. Over here, there you go. I'm gonna clip it over here. And I get this horizontal grain. I'm gonna duplicate this one again. Here. Put this up. Gonna bring it up here. And rotate it 90 degrees. Okay, and enter. And I'm gonna clip it mask here. Okay. It's not perfect, but it will do for demonstration. So I have the wood parts solved. Now let's do the other parts. Here are also the wooden parts, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so I'll just, oops, duplicate this one and place it here. Should be horizontal. Yan. Then here, if I'm not mistaken, these parts here, let's check. These are the gold trims. Yes, these are the gold trims. So, let's go back to Photoshop. I'll just create a shape and make it color gold. Okay. Duplicate this one. Oops. Duplicate this one. Put it here. Turn on our layer. Mask. Oops. Yeah. Let's merge this. This will be our gold. Let's organize everything. Yep. So we merge everything. Oop. Tanggalin natin to. Control Shift E. Ayan. So here, this will be our base color. So we need to make another copy of this one, okay? Because this one is metallic. Okay? This one is metallic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this one and convert it to grayscale. Okay? Desaturate, use saturation. Okay? Again, for roughness and metallic, okay, this part is metallic. Okay? So what I want to do is make this part metallic. Select this part, Control I. Oops. Okay. Control I. Oops, sorry. Flatten muna natin to. Control I yung selection. Oops, Control Shift I pala. Okay. And I'm going to paint everything here black. Kasi yun lang naman ito ang magiging metallic natin. Okay. Control Shift I again. And I'm gonna make this white for our metallic map. Okay. Now, roughness map. Of course, this will be smooth. This will be rough. Okay. The wood will be rough. The metal will be smooth. Now, sa roughness map, okay, white is very rough. Black is very smooth. So, this will be the inverse. So, I'll duplicate this. Control I. Oops. Control D. Control I. This will be my roughness map. Roughness. This will be my metallic. This will be my base color. Okay? We don't need a normal map. Hindi natin gawa ng normal map. But actually, we can create it in Photoshop. Yung nga lang, the normal map creator, I think it's disabled in the latest version. So, let's not create that one. So, let's export these textures. Okay, let's turn this off. File, save as. Chessboard. Base color. .jpg. Save it. Okay. This will be our metallic map. File, save as. Chessboard metallic. Oops. Cancel. Save as. Should be JPEG. And this one will be chessboard. Roughness. And save. Okay. Let's see if we can create the normal map. You can actually create a normal map in Photoshop. If you go to 3D, go to 3D, filter, go to filter, 3D, normal, generate normal map. Well, let's try it if it will create. Ayaw. Hindi na. So, let's ignore it. Punta na tayo. Balik tayo dito. Now here, balik tayo sa 3ds Max. Let's put those textures. If you look here, to check, okay, we use this as a template to create our texture. If you go here, big texture, let's load the bitmap that we created. So go here to general bitmap. Go to the folder where you save those textures. Let's put the base color here. Makita nyo na everything is aligned. So that means, now when we create a material, Arnold, standard surface material, let's put in the base color material that we created. The base color, the metallic, the roughness. Okay. So let's attach this. Let's start the render. Preview render. Ayan. Okay. Ito yung in-unwrap natin. Let's add this material here. Kita nyo, wala pa siyang material. But if we attach the base color here, ayan na siya. Okay? And it looks the same. Parehas lang sila itsura. But the only difference is, This one only uses these 3 textures. This one makes use of 4 materials. Okay. Let's put this to this is our metallic. So let's plug it into our metallic channel. Metalness. Put it here. Okay. So ito naging metal siya. Right? Ayan o. This part is only metallic. The wood, because it's black, is hindi siya metallic. And the roughness, specular roughness here, put it here. Ayan. So nakita nyo, this part is shiny. The rest is not shiny. But of course, yung itong part na to, this should be always sometime a little bit shiny din. Okay? So we can always edit our roughness map. Okay? Ayan. Mag-try siya mag-generate ng it already Photoshop already discontinued the normal map creator. So naghang na tayo. So let's terminate this. Oops. Let's work. Ba? Ayun. Tagal na mag-load. Ayan, ito na siya. Okay? So let's reduce our detail scale. Okay. Ayan. Detail scale. And click OK. Okay. So let's save this as our normal JPEG. Chessboard normal. Okay. Let's just undo it kasi na-save na natin. Okay. Let's edit the roughness map. Okay. This one. Kasi we know that this is also smooth. So let's add a not a gray color here. Let's put it here sa on top of the roughness. Change the color to not really white but a bit gray. Ayan. Combine these two. Let's duplicate this also. Convert this to grayscale. Saturate. Okay. I'm gonna put it here. I only need the wooden part, so I will create a mask. So yeah. Okay. And then merge it. Oh, need to adjust here levels. So I'm modifying the roughness map. Kasi I'm going to get the grain here. I'm going to get the grain here. Actually, this color. This color is a bit too bright. Desaturate this image. Adjustment, desaturate. There you go. Then I've just updated the roughness map. So file, save as JPEG. Roughness, save. Go back to 3ds Max. Let's reload the roughness map. Ayan, loaded na siya. So now, kung titignan mo, okay, this part here, let's copy this. Okay. Ayan. So, it's almost the same. Medyo rough lang to because medyo gray yung ginamit natin. But, it looks the same. Right? Hindi lang siya perfect, but if we took time to do it, it will look the same as the other one. Only difference is, this one will render faster, is lighter, because it takes up less resources. Okay? Compared to this one, na 4 ang materials, ito, isa lang. And this is how you make your objects lighter, material-wise, by unwrapping. Okay? Now, this unwrapping, okay, is medyo advanced, right? Not really advanced, but this is how you do it in the game industry. If you go to our course material here, I unwrapped a simple dice lang. A simple way to unwrap. Okay? But here, I showed you the potential of unwrapping. It makes the object lighter. Okay? How to prove the point? Okay? If I export this, okay? If I select all of this, file, export, selected, as an FBX, chessboard, unwrap, okay? Okay din lang yan. Ito naman, let's export this. File, export, selected, chessboard, multi-sub, let's hope kasama yung textures. Okay. Because we use Arnold materials, so hindi kasama yung textures. But if you export this using physical materials, because we use Arnold shaders, so hindi siya na-export sa FBX. If you use physical materials here, this, when you export this, it will be bigger compared to this one. Okay? To prove the point, let's change this to physical material, base color map, roughness map, metallic map, and attach it here. Still the same. File, export selected, unwrapped, save, yes. Okay, let's see how big it is. Wrap, ito siya, 2 MB. This one, with all textures attached, 12 MB. So this one is lighter compared to this one. Go to the 3D viewer, ayan siya. Okay. Let's try to open this. Hindi pa nga na-load yung textures ito. mabigat na. Well, because mabigat kasi kasama yung chess piece. But just the same, it's going to be lighter. Okay? So, that is unwrapping. Now, we have other topics here. Okay? Any questions on unwrapping? Now, if this lecture, if this session is too complex for you to follow, okay, you don't want to use unwrapping, that's okay. Okay. Just follow. This is the simplified version of the lecture. Okay. This one is easier to follow. Right? Now, if you want to use the potential of unwrapping, you can rewatch this part, okay, this session, for you to follow. Okay? Now, the next topics here, you just need to watch this on your own because this is very straightforward. Surface imperfections and complex materials. But to give you an idea, okay, what surface imperfection looks like, if you learned how to do this. Okay? So let's save this. Chess set. Unwrap. Okay. Present. This one. Continue. Load yung texture. So let's reload this. Save as. Save. Open reset. Let me just open this one up again. Okay. Continue. There you go. Yan. So, surface imperfections. Okay. Yan. So, if you add surface imperfections to your objects or to your materials, if you create imperfect materials, the idea here is for you to create imperfect materials. Not perfect, because there's no perfect materials. For example, this one. Okay? Without surface imperfections, okay? Without surface imperfections, ito lang magiging itsura niyan. Tanggalin natin to. So we have a perfectly chrome or silver material. But of course, in real life objects, not all objects have perfect surfaces. We have what we call surface imperfect. We need to add those to make our renderings more believable. And this is how you do it. Okay? Ayan. Okay? Of course, this is exaggerated, but of course, you can decrease the amount to your liking. Okay? Nandito yan. Okay? For example, balik natin to. This is the normal map. Okay? So, now, we have fingerprints and scratches. Ayan, no? Meron siyang minor scratches or scratches. So, it's a weathered material. Okay? Of course, if you change the color, pwede natin change the color. Say, we can make it black. Ayan. Okay? And if you look around the object, okay, you have those fingerprints. Okay? So, where do you learn that? This video. Surface imperfections. Okay? Yun. Now, for complex materials with procedurals, ano ibig sabihin nito? Okay. Now, you're combining two materials with surface imperfections and they apply it to one object. An example is this queen. Okay? Kung titignan mo tong queen here, look at the queen. Okay? It has two materials, the wood material and the surface imperfection black material. Okay? It has scratches, it has fingerprints, and it has weathered look, meaning nag-chip off na yung paint. Nakita mo yung paint in some areas and you have the black paint. Okay? So how do you do that? Okay? You do that using what we call a layer material. This time you are now layering materials. This is different from multi-sub object. Because the multi-sub object kanina separated materials depending on the IDs. The layer material, okay, will overlay the materials that you created and stack them together parang Photoshop. Bine-blend mo sila. Ito yun. This is like Photoshop in 3D. You're overlaying those materials and then masking them out. Okay? So where do you learn that? Here. Okay? So medyo advanced to. Okay? But if you apply this 3, unwrapping, surface imperfections, and creating layered materials, will make your renderings look more realistic and not look more like 3D. Okay? An example of that one, again, is for your week number 7 deliverable. For week number 7, you will re-render your activity in week number 6, but this time, you're going to add surface imperfections to your materials. For example, here. Okay? If you look here, yung glass natin, meron siyang fingerprints, even the bottle. Okay? The knife has minor scratches. This glass has fingerprints also. Okay? Making it more look natural. If you compare that to week number 6 render, okay? If you compare that to week number 6 render, this render is too clean. Okay? Masyadong malinis. Ayan, no? Masyadong malinis. Making it look more 3D. But if you go to week number 7 render and compare it, this time meron siyang mga subtle fingerprints, imperfections, making it more look natural. So that is the purpose of this session. For you to be able to make an object with multiple materials. One is using multi-sub-object material. First method. Second method was to unwrap it and then add surface imperfections. Okay? Then for week number 7 deliverable, you are going to re-render week number 6 deliverable and add surface imperfections just like this. Okay? So that is week number 7. Okay? Week number 6 and week number 7 magkasama yan. So you have to really take time to understand both. Okay? Any questions po? Do you have any questions? Everything clear? Class?
None po, sir.
Okay. If there are no other questions, okay? If there are no other questions, okay? I will end this session. This is week number 7. I'll see you guys in week number 10. Week number 8 and week number 9, asynchronous. Week number 10, very important that you attend. Because on week number 10, again, like I mentioned earlier, I will be discussing how to render your animation as efficiently, as effective as possible. So I will be teaching you strategies to render your animation, even if you're rendering at home. How to optimize your renders. Okay? How to compute the render time. Okay, that is week number 10. Okay, very important that you attend the session on week number 10. If not, manganga pa kayo from week 11 to week number 14. Mamumblema kayo. Okay? Again, a reminder, today, okay, is week number 7. So week number 7 is the due date for your phase 1. Okay? I need to approve your phase 1 before you can proceed to phase number 2. Phase number 2 onwards, wala nang approval yan. Tuloy-tuloy na kayo. Okay? Timelines. Week number 10, after the session, you can already start your production. Okay? Week number 12 is the due date of week number 10 is the due date of phase 2. Week number 12 is the due date of phase 3. So ideally, by week number 12, nagre-render na kayo. Okay? Week number 10 to 11, week number 10 to 12, production, preparation. Week 12 to 14, rendering. Week 10 to 12, 14, puros final project na dapat ang inaasikaso nyo dyan. Wala na dapat kayong inaasikasong weekly deliverables. Right? So again, looking at our submission rate, okay, I'm a bit concerned. Bakit? Ang daming naghahabol. Okay? Wag niyong hayaan na week number 10, marami pa kayong kulang. Okay? Again, week number 10, wag niyong hayaan marami pa kayong kulang. Kailangan na kayong humabol sa submissions. Okay? Again, I'm not going to check your submissions until finals. I will check your submissions on the finals. So you have your time to improve them. But it doesn't mean, again, that you're going to submit everything on the finals. Wag niyong gagawin yun. Hindi kayo matatapos. So I'm reminding everyone, okay, as much as possible, do your best to catch up before week number 10. Okay? Dapat by week number 10, marami na dito nakapag-submit. Otherwise, mahihirapan kayo sa final project. Okay? Don't be that person. Be the person, by week number 12, tapos na lahat, nagre-render na lang siya. Sitting pretty. And believe me, if by week number 12, nakapag-start ka mag-render, kumpleto ang submission dito, it will be the less stress. Okay? You will be less stressed. But if it's week number 12, nagsimula kami mag-render at naghahabol kayo, you will be so stressed. Okay? Again, deadline is on the finals. It doesn't mean, again, I'm stressing this always, doesn't mean that you're going to submit everything on the finals. Wag niyong gagawin yun. Hindi kayo matatapos. Okay? So, is that clear? OAMA4, everything clear? Understood ba yung instruction natin? Adriel, do you understand?
Yes po, sir.
Ann Colleen, clear?
Yes po.
Angeline, clear?
Clear po.
Charis Ann, clear?
Clear po, sir.
Charis? Okay,
Clear
good.
po,
Shelo,
sir.
clear?
Clear po,
Shelo,
sir.
clear?
Yes po.
Denzel?
Yes, sir.
Rian? Juliana?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And Steven?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
I have a
So you're
question.
already,
Is it okay?
yes, yes. Go ahead,
About
please.
the phase 1, yung sa interior slash exterior, is it possible I can use the environmental from the 3D model one? Is it possible?
Yeah, yeah. Yes,
The
you
one
can
I
use that.
made from 3D model, sir?
Yes, you can use that.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Again, just a reminder. I'm asking a favor to everyone in this class. Kindly, okay, reach out to those people who have no submissions here. tell them to contact me. Kung tutuloy ba sila or hindi. I need to talk to them. Okay? So, favor. Kita nyo naman dito, yung mga medyo danger zones. Okay, si Ian, magsasabit daw siya. So, good. Iniipon lang niya. Si Thomas, Janela, Brian, Armay, Steven. Steven, are you here?
Yes.
Steven. Oh, dalawa pala nasasabit mo. Nasaan ka na?
Okay naman po ako with the cause. I'm just nahihirapan with that, exchanging it with Blender.
Okay. Are you using Blender?
Yes po.
Okay. If you have problems in transferring everything to Blender, okay, there's a Blender group or you can contact me. Huwag mong hintayin na maghahabol ka by week number 10. Hindi mo ito matatapos. Uunahan na kita. Okay? Pag hindi mo ito umabot, pag hindi mo siya nakompleto ng week number 10, or at least nakahabol ka ng before week number 10, okay? You're not gonna make it. Okay? Because week number 10 to 14, full production na kayo. Mas-stress ka, plus your other requirements from other subjects, pa nagpatong-patong yan, you'll be so stressed. At the end of the term, mag-email ka, sir, extension. Unfortunately, wala na extension because our deadline is on the finals. If you don't make it 50%, failure yan. Okay? So I'm reminding everyone, okay, I'm going to be more vigilant on your submissions kasi medyo nakita ko ang daming kulang. So I'll be reminding everyone every week, monitoring this every week. If I need to call your attention at di ka nakakahabol, I will call your attention. Kasi, this is alarming. Okay? For those who are in time, good. For those who need to catch up, please catch up. Okay? Otherwise, at the end of the term, we will see a lot of incomplete and a lot of R's. And I don't want that. Do you want that? Class, gusto niyo ba ng R and incomplete? Sabihin nyo lang sa akin ngayon pa lang. Ibibigay natin maaga. But if you want 4 or a passing grade, do the work. Clear? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Clear po, sir.
Okay. Nagkakaintindihan tayo. Alright? That being said, again, week number 8, no session. Week number 9, no session. But week number 10, very important. Week number 10, I see you. Okay? That being said, hope you enjoy the week. Good luck on your midterms. I'll see you guys in week number 10. Thank you for attending this session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.